We about to take this to the next level. I got one young lady who says ain't nobody can outstudy her. There you go. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, hold on. We gonna hold right there. Hold that, DJ. Hold on.
Washington, make some noise! Thank you all for coming out for Teach Me How to Study Tour. My name is Mr. B. I'm glad that you all here. We have some exciting things for you. This is the goal of the tour. Let me have your attention. Everybody clap once if you're listening. I need complete silence, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started. We only have 30 minutes. We've got a lot to give you in 30 minutes. So this is the goal of the tour. The goal is to encourage you not just to make it in life, but to succeed in life. And that starts now by not dropping out of school, by showing up daily. I want you to improve your GPA, not just by a couple of points, but by a letter grade, because it can be done. And I also want to make sure that you are not individuals who just go to college, but you finish college. I know a lot of people that start college, but they don't finish. So what I do for a living, I'm a motivational speaker and a life coach. And this tour was dropped in me because I figured it's a way to reach out and give you all my story. I flunked out of college. I had a 0.47 GPA in college. That's about an excellent F. But then I'll tell you more of my story about how I had to transition. Single parent household, never knew anyone that went to college. But yet I was the first to go. And I'm going to tell you more about that story. But right now I have a dynamic actress. She's an entrepreneur. She's a producer and a writer. She's going to come and share with you a monologue that she herself has written. So, the future you is cheering for the present you to succeed. 10 years, 2 different roads. What will your life look like at your high school reunion? Let's give a warm welcome to Miss Ava Arthur.
Wow, I can't believe it's been 10 years. Whew, these past 10 years have flown by. I graduated from high school in 2001, and I guess that's really where my journey began. My junior year, I fell in love. I met this great guy. He was wonderful. He loved me, I loved him. He was kind of into drugs and alcohol a little bit, you know, but my parents didn't really like him so much, but he loved me, and so I was happy with him. My senior year, I knew it was time for me to start getting ready to go to college, and I was really excited about it. I was really excited, but he wasn't so encouraging. He wasn't planning on going. He had not graduated from high school, and he wanted me to stay with him. I thought about it. I put a lot of thought into it, and I decided that it was time for me to go. I needed to better my life. I needed to move on. I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my life. So I left him behind. I went to college. I got involved in a lot of student groups. I pledged a sorority. I became president of the Black Student Alliance. I graduated from college. Hi, guys. Well, my name is Ava Arthur. It's almost time for my 10-year high school reunion. I guess the last 10 years of my life have been pretty interesting. My journey started when I was a junior in high school. I met this great guy. He loved me and I loved him. You know, he was kind of into drugs and alcohol, but you know, I loved him and he loved me, so I hung out with him. My parents didn't really like that at all, but he loved me, so I stayed with him. I hung out with him. I started hanging out with his friends, and I started getting into the same things he was getting into. the night before my SATs, I was partying and I missed it. Didn't end up taking any of my college exams, and so I didn't think there was any way to get into school. I ended up dropping out of high school. My parents were so disappointed in me, they kicked me out. I moved in with him, I didn't know where else to go. 2 months after I was staying with him, I got pregnant. I had my first child. And we were struggling. Neither of us had graduated from high school. We didn't really know where to work. And I knew he was still into drugs, and now he was selling drugs. And I knew that's not what I wanted, but he was trying to provide for his family, so I went with it.
Years. 2 different roads. My question to you, what will your life look like in 2 years? Many of you all may arrogantly look and say that's not going to be me. Some of you all are nervous because, some of your choices have not been the best choices. We looked at 2 different lives. One was a life of success. Then we saw a life of unsuccessful. Your life will be determined by the choices you make. Our goal here is to do a paradigm shift in a small amount of time to help you refocus your life on being the person that you're destined to become. And it doesn't take a lot of time to do anything. It's a choice. The next 5 to 10 years of your life will be determined by the books you read and the people you know. The books you read and the people you know. School is not just so that you can do assignments. It's not just for school. It's for life that you learn. If I could define school simply would be to empower you to make your life work. School is to empower you to make your life work. So that's our goal today. And when I share my story with you in a few minutes, I didn't know how to make my life work. And when you don't know what to do, you'll try anything. And I was a successful failure. That's all I had was failures. But I was more concerned with looking good than doing good. I wanted people to check my swag and not check my grades. And after a while, they got over.
Mr. B. Now let me direct traffic. Let me tell you what we got going in the back. When I say something, you say it right back at me. You still ever want to do it like this here? Ghost ride the whip, ghost ride the whip, ghost ride the whip, ghost ride the whip. Now scrape. Put your stunner shades on, put your stunner shades on, put your stunner shades on, put your stunner shades on. Now gas, break, dip, gas, break, dip. Shake the trees, shake the trees, shake the trees, shake the trees. Now get it, now walk it out, 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 walk it out. Where's that walk it out? That's how walk it out. East side walk it out. North side walk it out. Sweat. Mr. B. Mr. B.
I was raised in Gary, Indiana. Gary was deemed murder capital. That means for every 1,000 people that lived in the city, 95% of people want to succeed, but they just want to succeed. The other 5% expect to succeed. Want to succeed comes out in conversation, and expecting to succeed comes out in your actions. I believe in you. My time is up. I'm Mr. B. I strive, I study, I succeed. I thank you for yours. I believe in you, Washington World.
Teach me how to study. 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 Everybody study. Everybody study. Everybody study. You ain't messing with no dummy.